So my name's Guillemette. I'm a Guernsey-based physiotherapist. My day job is working in elite professional sport, something I've been doing for the last 13 years. And for the last 5 years I've been working for an Australian registered professional cycling team as the head physiotherapist there. Aside from my professional work, I'm also a part-time teaching fellow at the University of Bath on their master's degree in sports physiotherapy, and do some consultancy work and clinical work both on Ireland and in the UK. One of the key things I've always been mindful of is, I'm a proud Guernseyman and competed for the island for years as a cyclist, both within and been involved in the Island Games and the Commonwealth Games, both as an athlete and also as a medical practitioner. And I've worked quite closely with the Sports Commission over the last couple of years on a project around looking at elite sport in Guernsey and what does that mean and what does that look like. Started to establish the Guernsey Institute of Sport, so really trying to develop a framework to help support both our established athletes but athletes that want to go to that next level. And we've been quite lucky over the last couple of years that we've got a real generation of athletes coming through that I think provide a real aspirational role model for younger athletes coming through. The pressure's going to be different next year because obviously the Island Games are in Guernsey, it's the home games, and I remember doing the Island Games in 2003. The microscope is on you a little bit more because everybody knows who you are and everybody's out there on the side of the road supporting you. When we look at, and it's part of our kind of mandate in terms of the Institute of Sport, is we look at, and actually my professional day job is we look at the 4 pillars of human performance, so tactical, technical, physiological and mental. The physiology and the tactical and the technical are all really, really easy things that are involved in coaching. The biggest thing is the mental side, and talent will only get you so far, but it's the hard work that gives you that extra 20% to be successful. And within that, having the mental agility to be able to understand and be accountable for your performance and to reflect on that if you haven't quite made the targets that you wanted. But if you reach out to people, and whether it's us at the Institute of Sport, we can definitely help you and guide you along that process. If you're carrying an injury at the moment and you've already been pre-selected for the Island Games and you're concerned about your injury, key message really is to make sure that you get the right investigations, you speak to the right medical personnel who can help you transition or help you work through your injury. In my world, we work within a kind of 3-tiered approach. So are you fit to train, are you fit to compete, and are you fit to win? And I think if you can bring those models that kind of model into your rehab program now, it will give you the real focus that you need to get back to full-time competition. Over the years it's become a lot more competitive. Certainly in some sports are more competitive than others, but the one thing that we really see now is that a lot of the islands that we're competing against are crown dependencies, or they're independent Commonwealth states. So quite often you've got a group of athletes who are using this now as that transitional phase to start preparing themselves for the next Commonwealth Games, which obviously we're going to start that 4-year cycle coming up. But there are some sports where this is the pinnacle of your sporting career, is the Island Games. The biggest piece of advice I could say is whatever you do, however you're participating at whatever level, is that you have to enjoy it, because if you don't enjoy it, it's really hard to apply yourself diligently and put everything into that, getting that extra 20% that we talked about that allows you to perform at your optimal best.